Hey y'all, Coach Frankie here. I want to start off by saying I miss you all so much and really hope that this ends soon so I can get in to the gym with you and move and talk and laugh and make lots more memories. But for now, this is how we have to do it. I also hope that you've taken a look at some of the running program and that you're interested. And once you've tried it, please come back with any comments, concerns, and feedback you have for me. I'm willing to tweak it however we need to make it adaptable for you. Speaking of which, I'm going to do a little video here to give you some warm-up, stretching, activating things, and some cool-down stretching things that we can do before and after our running to make sure that everything is staying healthy and mobilized and ready to work. So before I run, I like to make sure that some things in my hips are ready to go and some things in my posterior chain are ready to go. So some more active stretching you can do, right? Some high knees and some butt kickers. Gonna open up the front of those hip flexors, right? And get some of those hamstrings ready to work for you. I also like to do a little downward dog and pressing through my feet like I'm walking almost, and whichever foot is down, I'm really pushing that heel down towards the ground. This is activating a lot of that posterior chain in a more dynamic way. And then make sure you just roll up the spine nice and healthy. Once you come back from those more longer, vigorous runs, I like to also go straight back into that downward dog, not quite into a full stretch, something that's still, again, a little bit more dynamic and complex while you're still warm. Really good for the back of the hamstrings after you've done all of that work, but not too strenuous right away. Your calves are going to probably be a little tight, and same with your shins. So two things you can do. Any wall works, or couch even, or chair, something you can get your toes up onto, and then lean your body and hips and stomach as close as possible. So I don't want to lean just my chest. I want to lean in one flat plank. And that's really going to stretch the back of my calf out really nicely. For the front of the shins, super simple. You might want to hold on to a chair or something to find your stability. I'm going to get this outside of my shin just by rolling that side of the ankle down. Again, holding on to something so you're a little bit more stable in this position, especially when you're putting your ankle in a more vulnerable position. But right here, and I'm kind of leaning into it, into the side, to stretch out this side of my shin, especially after those more longer taxing runs. Whoa! And then one more thing, this is a really good cool down. I love doing this for all of my posterior chain and just kind of bringing my body back to center after I've done something a little bit more rigorous. You can do this multiple ways. I like the straight leg option, but I do have a little bit more range of motion in the back of my legs. I like to start by rolling down my head, so I let this hang nice and heavy. I have a slight bend in my knees, as low as you can go. Holding the elbows is great. It also puts a little bit more weight down towards the ground. And then I'm going to bend a little bit in my knees, get my nose as close as I can to my knees and thighs. And once I'm there, then I'm gonna push up and out of my legs to try to flatten and straighten the back of those hamstrings. If you have more range of motion, more options are touching the floor, grabbing your toes, or even interlacing behind the back of your legs. And then stretching up. This is also doable if you want to be able to lengthen the back of your legs to go just a little bit more wide. Again, I'm just gonna hang over, bend, really push myself towards my legs, and then once I'm there, I'll then lengthen. Hang out for a while, give your head a shake, yes and no, to make sure it's hanging heavy. Once you feel like you've been here a minute, make sure you roll up the spine, leaving your head last. And hopefully that will bring you back down to a more centered place after those longer runs. But again, you can do this after sprints or after any workout, or maybe even just before bed. Goal is just to stay moving during these really hard times, y'all. It's gonna keep you healthy, it's gonna keep you happy, and it's gonna keep you ready to come back into the gym. Miss you all. Mwah.